Who are you?
What was it like to lose everything in a day? What was it like to lose everything in a day?
This is not gonna end well. For you guys.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. They released a new Supergirl trailer focused mostly on crypto. There's a little bit more of what's going on with Lobo during the movie, so we'll break it all down. The hallowed tradition of Super Bowl Sunday where we all gather around the TV to watch all the latest trailers, and there's also a little bit of football on the side too. Probably the biggest thing during this trailer they reveal is where crypto originally came from, and it is a lore change from the many different origin stories that he's had over the years since they introduced him in the comics a long time ago. It's meant to be a twist on the original origin story, the very first origin story, that he started out being Kal-El, Superman's household dog, the House of El on Krypton, before it exploded and before his pod was sent to Earth. In the original version of events, crypto came in Superman's pod. What James Gunn has changed about that originally is to make him Kara Zor-El's dog, and she met him for the first time on Argo City before it was completely destroyed. But the other big part of the lore here, too, is why he has powers, and that's because he is a Kryptonian biology from Argo City. Argo City is from Krypton before it exploded, so that's why he has powers in present day. Just starting at the beginning of the trailer, this is a funeral procession on Argo City after the planet has left Krypton, like after Krypton's destruction, and they're slowly dying off. I'll explain why in a second. But it's meant to be a funeral for Kara's mother. That's why the camera focuses on her, Allura Inze. You actually see her in the other part of the trailer when the city is leaving Krypton and everyone is screaming and running around. And what's happening here, what you're actually seeing here, obviously a little bit of an Easter egg for Brainiac bottling up cities, but what's really happening is it's actually her father, Zor-El, that's actually covering the city in protective bubble so that it can leave Krypton, and he's basically bottling up the city, so to speak, in regular size. Like he's not shrinking it down like Brainiac, but he's bottling the city in this special force field so that it can just float through space and survive while Krypton is destroyed. This is meant to be a parallel the way they edit it in the trailer in present day with her talking to Ruthie about the destruction of Krypton. Ruthie starts asking her, what is it like to be the last Kryptonian or the last Kryptonians, because she also tells him about Superman. Like, no, I'm not the only one. There's one other.
What was it like to lose everything in a day?
But when she says the gods are not that kind, there are multiple Kryptonian gods that she's referring to, their Kryptonian pantheon. They're not that kind because the people of Argo City were slowly poisoned by the actual planet itself, which actually became irradiated and turned into kryptonite after Krypton's destruction. So Argo City, at least at first, turned into this life raft of a Kryptonian city that survived. All the people that were in Argo City survived. She survived with her family, but over time, they slowly began to die because of kryptonite poisoning. So when she says Krypton didn't die in a day, that's what she's talking about. It took most of the people in Argo City a very long time to die, and it was very, very painful for them. All of them died of cancer brought on by kryptonite poisoning. David Krumholtz is playing her father, Zor-El, in the movie. You can actually see him in the background of the procession here, too. And the idea here is they're saying that she actually found crypto for the first time in the ruins of Argo City while they're floating through space in this life raft form with the dome shield over it. I wonder if we'll find out who his original owner was, who his original master was. But this is also the whole reason why there's a stray dog at all inside Argo City. Like, Kryptonians are so advanced, why would they have a bunch of stray dogs running around? It's all because at this point, Krypto's original owner has also died of kryptonite poisoning. So part of the idea here is that he's been left to fend for himself in the ruins, and she finds him and adopts him, basically. Krypto is an adoption dog, which is also meant to dovetail with Uzo, James Gunn's real-life dog, because he said when he originally wrote the Superman movie, that's when he introduced the Krypto character in general into the DCU. He originally thought about his dog, and that was his in to the actual story. There are a couple bits that he explained about Krypto's backstory and the reason why he was so wild. Obviously, there was the Supergirl post-credit scene, and they make that joke about Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, not training him very well, and that's why he was so wild. But it actually goes way beyond that. James Gunn modeled Krypto's personality, like his wild ways, after Uzo, the dog that he adopted, because the dog that he adopted in real life was actually very mistreated, raised in this very bad situation, had been traumatized. So it took him a long time to actually train the dog. If you've ever adopted a dog before, a lot of times this will happen where something really bad has happened to the dog and you have to basically rehabilitate it so that it can be around other humans.
Bubba's the
So he said
terrorist.
when he wrote the Superman movie, that was kind of his idea for the Krypto character in general. So the idea here during the Supergirl movie is we're actually seeing that in whatever happened to Krypto's original owner, he has been traumatized by their death and has been trying to survive on the streets of Argo City, probably about to die from starvation as well. And then Kara Zor-El, Supergirl, comes along and finds him, adopts him, and tries to start rehabilitating him. So if you didn't catch it during the Superman movie, Krypto was originally Supergirl's dog, and she just gave him to Superman to dog sit, while she seems like she was busy going to another system with a red sun where she could get drunk.
She likes to go and party on other planets. Planets with red suns.
Also, if it wasn't clear, I believe the Superman post-credit scene is still meant to take place before the events of the Supergirl movie, because Krypto is a big part of the Supergirl movie. It seems like they've already changed the original Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow that they're adapting for this quite a bit. Like there's some stuff that they've taken out. They've changed some characterizations, like Jason Momoa's Lobo is not in the original comic book version of the story. It's Comet the Super Horse that I believe they're swapping in Lobo for the final fight during the original comic book version of the story. We'll get to that in a second too, because I think it's meant to also set Lobo up, Jason Momoa's Lobo, for future projects as well too. Some of the other changes it seems like they made for the movie based on the footage here and what people have said is that Krem of the Yellow Hills is meant to be the main villain. He's here. He looks like he's a Ravager from a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of movie. Supposedly in the movie he's going to be leading the space pirates instead of just joining up with them in order to survive after Supergirl starts to come for him. The whole idea in the original comic book version of the story, Superman Woman of Tomorrow, is that he kills Ruthie's father because he's a king's man charged with making sure that all of the subjects on Ruthie's planet are still loyal to the king. And one day he just randomly breaks bad and kills her father for really no good reason at all, but then runs off. Ruthie declares revenge and then eventually finds Supergirl and she starts to help him. But in the process of Ruthie getting Supergirl to help her take down Krem, get revenge on him, he winds up wounding Krypto, and the way the story plays up Krypto's fate is that she needs to find Krem to get the antidote to the poison that he tipped his arrows with in order to save Krypto's life. But in reality, Supergirl uses this voyage to go find Krem on the other side of the universe because Krem runs off trying to escape with the space pirates, to basically give Ruthie a way to process the death of her father in a way that Supergirl did not have any kind of catharsis or way of dealing with it. And she also deals with the destruction of Krypton a little bit. So it's a bit of a psychological journey, like the friends we make along the way kind of story. And even though the trailer here plays up the idea that she's been under a red sun, so she doesn't have the same level of powers that she had before, eventually, at a certain point, they do make it near a yellow sun. She does get her full powers back, and eventually reveals that she could have found Krem any time that she wanted and taken him down all by herself without any help. She didn't need any big special power. She could have done it any time. And she has been using this long way around kind of journey to help Ruthie basically emotionally deal with her father's death, like I said. One of the other changes here for the story, it also seems like, is that Krypto is with them for a much bigger part of the actual journey itself. In the original comic book version of the story, Krypto is really only in like the very beginning of the story and like the very, very end of the story. One of the other changes too is they've condensed the story quite a bit too, like they've cut a lot of stuff out. So I think a lot of stuff takes place in a more localized place than it did before. The comic book has them going to many, many different space systems, many, many different types of suns, like many different adventures along the way. Most of this fight here you see with the giant ship is the pirate ship. It's called the Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's a big sailing ship in the comics. They've obviously changed it to make it look more like a Guardians of the Galaxy kind of ship during this movie. But this is meant to be from the final big battle when she's in her Supergirl suit, just destroying them here. Also, I think the other big change they made is that in the original comic book story, Comet the Super Horse is the one that comes in and helps her take down the space pirates here because they all gang up on her with a couple really special weapons and a kryptonite weapon that is also supposed to slow her down quite a bit. Maybe there'll still be some kryptonite weapons that the space pirates use here, but I think what they've done is they've swapped Comet the Superhorse for Jason Momoa's Lobo in the story in general, because supposedly he's going to be critical to the final big battle in the movie, and even though in the comics he's neither really a hero nor a villain, he's going to be helping her with the space pirates in some way, and I think that just screams substituting him for Comet the Superhorse. Maybe they'll mention Comet the Superhorse in the background. There'll be like an Easter egg for him. But as weird as James Gunn seems comfortable in doing in the DCU just in general, like his films just in general, way weirder than other traditional comic book movies, maybe they just decided that Comet the Superhorse wasn't tonally on brand with what they wanted to go with for the tone of the Supergirl movie. People who have been attending some of the secret screenings for the movie say that it's a combination of the tone of the Superman movie, obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. People have been saying that it looks kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, which it seems pretty right. The Logan movie, surprisingly, Man of Steel, and Last of Us mashed together, which makes it sound like it's way more hardcore than the Superman movie, just in terms of tone, way heavier emotional themes. Also, the idea that visually the vibes will just be very different because it's meant to be pure space fantasy, according to James Gunn, compared to, say, the Superman movie, which is more of a terrestrial-based movie. My assumption is that when we get to Man of Tomorrow, we have Brainiac come into the story. There'll probably be some other cosmic characters that they'll include in the movie. The Superman mythos will just grow in a more cosmic direction too, but he wanted the first Superman movie to start at relatively ground level, so to speak. Like, we'll start small and then ease them into the super weird DC stuff. But the other recent real big surprise you might have spotted or might have heard people talking about is that Junkie XL is replacing the old composer on the movie. So now Junkie XL is doing the music for the Supergirl film. He previously, most people remember obviously, did Zack Snyder's movies, including his non-DC movies too. But in the DCU specifically, it was Batman v Superman in the Justice League Snyder Cut. There was a little bit of the Supergirl theme that Ramin Djawadi, who also did the Game of Thrones music back in the day, he's also done a bunch of other stuff too, like Westworld, other big TV shows. He's also doing the Fallout TV show music right now too. Ramin Djawadi posted a little bit of his Supergirl theme. Doesn't it sound a little bit like Junkie XL? Now just imagine a much more hardcore version of that for the entire movie. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below, and if you spotted any Easter eggs or references in this new footage that it didn't talk about during the video or my previous videos, just write it below in the comments. And I will do more videos as we get more footage. We'll probably see more of Lobo in the future trailers too. We'll learn more about the Man of Tomorrow movie pretty soon too, and we'll probably get a Clayface trailer in the next couple of months. That movie isn't coming out till the end of the year, and they just pushed it by another month too. So it sounds like they just need to polish the special effects way more. Also, really hoping that we get another full Lanterns trailer at some time too. But because that's not coming out till after the Supergirl movie, we probably won't get a bunch of Lanterns trailers until the next month or two, like maybe sometime during the spring. Because it is Super Bowl Sunday, there'll be a couple other big trailers that are releasing. Mandalorian and Grogu is supposed to have one. That'll be one of my next big videos. Click here for that. I'll update the link as soon as I post it. And click here for my Lanterns trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Lando Grogu. Hello, I would like to speak to somebody about some weapons, please. I have none. I would like to procure some weapons, please. Nope. Well, son of a bitch. Get an out wrangling kiddo. Okay. Wrangle away, sir. Wrangle away. Weaponless airfield. Never. A weaponless fucking airfield. Fucking places. Him? Okay, what?
I got really fucking drunk last night. Smoked a bunch of dope till 5 in the morning. Ended up passing out with a sewer pipe because it's got a cramp back
I'm
here.
4 in the queue. Fuck this shit.
Anyway, I slept there, got a pretty good sleep, but I still didn't get up early this morning because I got responsibles now.
Let's see. Last restart I'm doing, and I'm gonna call it. We'll try again tomorrow. Mandalorian and Grogu trailer.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
What do I think I'm being?
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses
91
us.
months, motherfucker. Holy shit,
Through
I
it
didn't even
all,
hear it go
we
on.
keep pushing forward.
There's been some issues tonight. Streams. Mine included. I'm currently in queue because I had to relog on Dayz. My hands were bugged. But put me in the fucking queue. They don't have any fucking, like, time forgiveness or anything. Being kicked off the server and things. So let's do this while we're waiting and we're not doing anything. See what Hallenbane's chirping about over here. Fuck up. He called me a motherfucker. All right, let's see. Dashboard. Recent events. Yeah, earlier my mic wasn't working for some goddamn reason. Nobody knows. I have no idea. 91.
Welcome
Woo!
to the doghouse.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's 91 motherfuckers. So yeah, let me know if you're still there, Hallenbane. I hope I didn't miss you. Let me know if you're still lurking. Trying to figure. I think my dog's shit. Bobo came over and farted while he was in my chair. Fart while you- Which one it was? I'm thinking it was Bubba. All right, so Penta did this RP server, right? Called Chase RP. Well, I got in on it early on. Like I was way early. I was really surprised with my past with Penta that I got whitelisted. So, but it was no worries at all. Like wham bam, I was on. And now it's becoming they've got some cool shit that I haven't seen on other servers. I will admit. But now I see that the group, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Jam and Swim and fucking Mr. Moon and all them are getting on the server now. And it's like, it's just going to turn into another one of those where I'm like, I don't know. But the funny thing is, I spent an entire weekend last weekend playing on the server and getting to know some of the other people on the server. And there's a couple people that are just they're daytime streamers that are just fucking hilarious and they're great role players. But what I've discovered is that everybody I've watched so far on the server is a comedy character like Walter T. Fopp. Like there's a place for those characters on the server. Don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. But it's just that's all I have seen. I have not seen anybody doing serious like what you and I do, what I consider serious role play. Jam being on there I don't think Jam has it in him to play a comedy character. He's always got to be serious, which is why I respect his RP so much, I think. Oh shit, we're in. Anyway, I didn't know if you knew anything about it or if you'd seen it. Obviously, you've seen it because you know that they're playing there. Jam is there. Well, now that Jam is there, he'll stick around as long as he is king shit that owns it. Yeah. I think you and I agree a lot on things. That's why I was like, that's what I meant by the crew, that whole crew's getting back together over there. Oh, I didn't mean to do. Fuck. Craft rags. I was wanting to do in the first place. It's a cool server. They've got some cool bells and whistles and some cool shit, but I've sat in on a couple server meetings and just lurked and listened, you know. I don't know, man. I can't really explain it. I can't put it into words, but it almost feels like, and I hate to say this, I really do, because, like I said, I know that there's, well, I don't want to say that. I'll just say that it feels weird. The older I get, the harder it is for me to kind of be the character I used to be, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to explain it. Different. Like if I had the crew that I want, it'd be different. I think I could play that role a little better again, but I don't know. I've been playing on that server. the first 2 weeks that I was on the server, there was very little queue. Like I could log in, and maybe 1 or 2 people in the queue. I logged in, or I went to try to log in, or looked at logging in. I didn't even try. I just looked, and I was like 49th in the queue the other night. I went, no, I don't have the time at night to set the 49-person queue. And I went and looked. These are things I should probably not say on stream, but it looks like a good way for somebody. I don't know who. I got a pretty good guess at who, but like they have priority queue tiers where you pay a monthly fee, starting at like $25 a month for bronze, I think, or something like that. But it goes all the way up to fucking $200 a month for superior queue, priority queue. Man, I wish I had that kind of money, and if I did, I wouldn't be throwing it at a fucking priority queue. All right. That blew me away. I saw $200 a month. I was like, holy shit, that's just one person. Imagine if a whole RP server full of people said, you know what, fuck it. I'll pay $200 a month to RP here. No fucking shot. Doing what I want to do. Why are you being such a turd? What's going on? I think they're having some issues tonight. I don't think it's just me. There I am. You want to? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. How do I see? Is that normal? This way. Get off this fucking airfield. I searched that entire airfield, guys, and I did not find a single fucking gun. I was like, this is the first airfield I think I've ever been to on Dayz that didn't have a gun. Other than all the bullshit we just talked about, how are things with you, Halloween? How are things going? I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever. I know it's been a minute. We need to go start all these. I gotta do all these fucking. Man. So the server that I'm on is the server I've been playing on, but they just did a fresh wipe on Friday, and so all of my progress is wiped. So I'm gonna have to. The fuck is that? Huh. Doing all right. Was in Houston last week. Hey, that's where Zodiac is. My niece. Bell right? I don't even know what that is. I'll have to check it out. I've been working my ass off. Today's my first day off I've had really in a couple weeks. And the reason is it's the Tulsa Boat Sport and Travel Show. It's the biggest show of the year, and it's my busiest time of the year. And it ended today, so starting tomorrow, which would normally be my day off, because I take Sundays and Mondays off. But I've got a doctor appointment at the wound doctor tomorrow, and then I've got that retina specialist that wants to see me about the blood spots in my pupils. That is an appointment that's been rescheduled, but it got rescheduled while I was in the hospital having surgery. And oh shit, we're still in PvP here. There's no weapons anywhere. Fuck. So I have an appointment Tuesday afternoon. It's going to take me off work. So I told my boss, I said, hey, since I've got to be off Tuesday afternoon also, I'll go ahead and work Monday morning. And he said, okay. Medieval sandbox survival. So that. Now that we're not in a PvP zone, we can be third person. Spawned in as a woman, so I'm going to go up to this house and find a room and masturbate. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Hello. This. There's usually fucking. I was gonna say there's usually boots in these motherfuckers. I always seem to find pairs of boots in these houses. Like chicken feed houses. I am not finding much for loot, folks. Got a few things I can sell at the trader, but not enough to do a lot. Yeah, I saw tonight for the first time that Jam was joining that server, and I was like, huh. Wonder how long it'll be before that band gets back together. Probably not long. I cannot believe I haven't found a shit for loot. Damn police station. Still ain't finding it. Come on, man. Give me something. Give me the loots. I'm assuming the Seahawks went on to win the Super Bowl. They were winning quite handily. I started getting set up for the stream. Well, I said congrats, Wheelz. He's a Seahawks. Oh, man, I'm not. Well, son, I ain't finding shit. Hello? What are these? Oh. Ow. I need a gun, sir. Need a pistol. Hello? Always got that in there? Fill this. Maybe sell that bitch. Damn, nothing. I can't believe how empty this fucking server's been so. Shit and fall back in it. There's nothing. thing that dings to tell me that there's a drop always fucking spooks me. Oh. Well, yeah, I'm a fashionable motherfucker. Zodiac, I went through that entire airfield and didn't find a single fucking gun. I found a couple of attachments. That's it. I'm about to piss myself, so hold down the fort, you boys. I'll be right back. Too long. Yeah, I told my brother today, I was like, it's weird. It's like, watching the Super Bowl for the commercials is what it used to be a Chiefs fan. Like, back before the Mahomes era. I was like, it hasn't been that way in a while. Bottle. Peppercini. Hotter than the. Yeah. They're hotter. Well, yeah. Thanks, King. Well, we are in Krasno. We will end up looting this place. Then we will make our way to the trader. Let's see. I can get it. Battery. Battery. Thing to share. Alright. It's not Ludapalooza, but we'll get lucky before we get to the trader. I just want to get a silenced pistol like I had before. And the ammo for it. And I'll be happy. Oh, what do we have? A Glock. Oh, that's for a battery. Ooh. I'm by one. Oh. Rounds of these other mags. Damn, 9 by. Well, that's fine. Holster. We'll get us a holster. We'll get us a whole rig eventually. Oosh. And bullets. Now, all right, well, I don't want to shoot your ass, but I'll shoot your ass. That's almost the gun that we had last time. It might be better, actually, but let's see. Right. I feel like the water pump would be around here somewhere. The first building I looted, Zodiac, on that other server I played on today, while this one was 45 fucking people in the queue to get on here. First place I went was like this. I looked down inside there. There was a gold-plated Desert Eagle, baby. Which luckily I grabbed and had to use. Boom, boom. Put some holes in some motherfucking Zambo. It was nice. Now, I'm hungry. Die soon. I wish when you open the map, it would just open to you. Having to find yourself. Huh. Be close. Oops, there it is. It was right out fucking nowhere. Wide open. Oh, there's two up there too. Oh, is logging in the bell right. I always Actually, closer. No. That'd be a good time to. Oh, oh! What do you do? Oh, magazine. Yeah. We tried. Another. That's fine. Oop. Carry that big fucker so if I get to the trader, I can possibly. I need food. Yes, I do. The food. I never had any issues with food the first time we played on this server. It's just right now. No. This is crazy to me. Ah, there's sheds. Shit. Oh man, no. I think what we're gonna do, our gear, want the motherfucker to be red. Ash. But there we go. Dash time. Now, over by the water area, there were some zombies hanging around. We should be able to get them to kill us, no problem. Hadouken! I know I didn't kill them all. Shit. There's a bunch of them. There's one. Excuse me, sir. Would I, trouble you to knock me the fuck around a bit? There you go. Attaboy. Attaboy. Excellent. Excellent. I don't know how. All the way over here in this area. Oh yeah. Let's see. Frank. We were in Krasno. Bitch. Damn it. It's that low. Okay. Sorry. Oh. Gotcha. Okay. To run our stack. I'm not even gonna loot. I don't think. Nice backpack here. Across the mini map. Don't remember us having before. But I'll take it. Look here. Not like the pile of plate. I thought the plate pile was over here too, but I guess not. Those are logs. But I don't know how. Nothing in these buildings. I am finding nothing. Yeah, I know Dayz's Dayz, but still, fuck, man. This building type right here is usually pretty good to me. This shit. Oh, this is a different area. Still. Loot, scooting, buggy. Got a shit job. I work hard for my money. When it's looting time, I hit the ground running. Run the Berezino when they ain't got no loot. Sons of bitchins. Open the fuck up. Ooh, it's a motor. What do we have it? Even some stun glass. Ain't this shit? Number 2 lane. Shit we've been doing since we was yay high. I said I wasn't gonna loot fucking Berezino, and here I am looting. I'm just gonna go take off. I don't have my axe to fight that fucking zombie with. Aggro that mode. Looting, but I'm just kind of eyeball. Chop, ring out like a bell. Rolling in my 520. Ragtop down low. Nope. Nope. Found that building. Hey, man. This way. Long way around that. Fresh out of fucking insulin needles. I gotta take an insulin shot, but I don't have any fucking. Come on, bro. One day I gotta spin. I don't want to. All that. Next to my feet. Bless her heart. Getting old, that's just what we do. We sleep. You something, Zodiac? Everybody's doing these on Facebook now, so I joined the group. Bubba, baby girl, me, Pat, Bush, and Austin Chains posters in the background. I drink. I don't drink anymore, but perfect. I went running. I'll go run some of this. Somebody finds my loot, they're not gonna find a bunch. Nothing from nothing is nothing. We need some more 9x19 rounds. We go in. Wellies. Stain wellies. Because we're going to do some fishing. Oh. Oh, is this somebody's house? Hello? Anybody home? I can't believe it let them build a base this close to the fucking water pump. It never would let me. It kept saying, can't build next to a water source. Oh, okay. Hello? Sorry, there's not gonna be any loot around it. Hey. Garden lime, I ain't planting flowers and shit. I'll take anything, really, but what I'd like to have is I'm not gonna loot that city either. All right, let's go. Getting dark. Heading back towards where we were heading. Pretty shocked that. All right. Arco. Look at that. I can't believe the server wiped on Friday. And there's that many people with fucking, not one, but 2 cars. Bases, that's when you're playing with groups. And you put everything in together. You know, like, ooh, box of nails. Very much. You'll take. Motherfucker. Yep. Oh. Alright, it's getting dark. We're gonna have to get to the loot stash. Server's about to restart. We'll get there. Enthusiasm. Zodiac. Still here? chasing it. Let me know, man. Let me know. I think Halliday's probably off playing that game he was talking about. Mr. Crom. So check this out. I was laying in bed. I was laying in bed the other day. I can't remember what day it was. Might have been like Thursday. It might have even been Friday. Look at this base. Holy shit. Hello? Anybody home? Anyway. This is the trail. And I just happened to wake up to go take a piss. It was the middle of the night. And, wow. I came back to the bathroom and I went to lay down, and as soon as I got under the covers, of course, my phone goes ding, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And it was like 7 a.m., so I was like, I only got about 45 more minutes of sleep. But I'll check it, just in case it's important. Sure enough, I got a message saying that, hold on a second. Hey, man.
What up, bud?
You wouldn't happen to have, like, an extra melee weapon, would you? I don't have shit.
You don't have anything?
Nothing. No.
Oh shit! Come up here. I'll get you ready. Come up here.
I woke up after the wipe with nothing like everybody else did, of course, but I wasn't expecting
I'll
it.
get you something up here.
Oh shit! That SpongeBob you got on.
Hell yeah! Let me grab
I just
some wine
noticed the
real quick.
face on your leg. Like, I have more hours watching people play this than I do playing any game I've ever played, but I'm still a noob.
Hey, it's okay. Everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. Just something I can fucking smack a zombie with if I'm trying to loot. I'll finish my story in just a second. I guess I can finish it while I'm sitting here. I got that ding, and I looked at my phone, and it was telling me that on the EA app, that Xbox has finally added Madden 26 to their cheap tier of subscriptions. But you can buy the game on Steam outright right now for $20. So if I can get $20, if other people roll through and donate, I get $20. You give that to me, man? Damn, thanks.
Anybody want to buy some standard suppressors?
Will they fit?
I got some standard suppressors. You want to buy one?
I'm fresh spawn. I'm a noob. I've got a guy just handed me FN57 pistol.
How much for a suppressor? Blue Tang, there you go. You can make some money off of that. How much you selling the suppressors for?
Hey, you could take that fish.
Big ass fish. Holy shit.
Throw me an offer. I'm just trying to get rid of them.
How much
many do you have? Do you have 2 of them?
I got 3.
I'll buy all 3 for 10K.
Damn.
That's kind of low, honestly.
You said throw you an offer.
I know. No. Hey. Shoot. You know what? I'll give you 1 for 10K.
How about all 3 for all the money I have on me right now?
How much you got?
$23,640.
That's a
If
look.
you made that 30K, I'd do it right now.
But I only got 23.
You know what? Shoot me 2. I'll shoot you 2 of them for that 23.
All right, go ahead.
Presser.
Thank you.
I'm honestly shocked. The server restarted Friday from what I was told. I'm
Pleasure. Thank you.
I'm surprised how many people
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
fucking cars and shit by now.
There's your rifle there. Put your suppressor on it.
Sweet. Yeah, man. I appreciate
And
you.
there's you an extra 100 rounds to get you started.
Nice.
And take that too.
Awesome. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Not a problem. Relentless.
Relentless?
Yes, sir.
I'm Wyatt. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Take care of yourself out there.
Alrighty, man. You have a good one.
You too, man. Be good. Thanks for your generosity.
Not a problem.
Backpack. What do I do with this fish? Had one of them. Standardized suppressor. So this stuff, I think just because I'm not sure if I want to run with a machine gun. Oh, I will. I'm going to keep it. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. 1. Make that 2. 1. Well, I don't think that's going to fit. What I was asking him. He didn't answer. Gonna do this. That. Okay, now the shit's serious. Now I don't want to lose shit. What's in here? Oh. How do you open it? Heals 2 cuts and... Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. What? We'll put that there. Let's sell this fish while we're here. It's always good, too, I'm talking to myself because Zodiac has forgotten more about this game than I'll ever know. But it's also good to come here and just kind of loot what people drop. ATM. Oh, I got... What do I got? Money in account? 0. Yeah, I thought they started you. They don't even start you. Where do I sell this fucking fish? Ray? No. But he's got the fishing wet. Salaboo! Done? Oh, do I have to cut it up first? Let me do that. Let me get a knife. Well, hold on. Hey Ray, buy this shit now. $15. That's $350. I get a knife. That's the trigger. Dash. Now we get there. I fucked around and was not paying attention. If we don't make it, we still got all this shit. I'm running. Dark in here, so take off all your clothes. Funny is if we get there, we're gonna loot all that shit. We're gonna have to run pretty much back where we just left, which is the crater, because I want to get some food and shit. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. How did you get? Trying fuck one another. I did watch the All-American halftime show after it was over with because I didn't even turn the Super Bowl on to the third quarter. But it's pretty good. Kid Rock sang a song that wasn't his to close it out, but he didn't sing it under the name Kid Rock. It was, he sang it under his real name. Which is cool. Perfect. Good. Weapon. Where's my handle? Oh, just in time for this. Hey.
I got really fucking up last night. I smoked a bunch of dope till 5 in the morning. Ended up passing out in the sewer pipe because it's got a cramp back here and my back's a little sore. Anyway, I slept there, had a pretty good sleep, and I still didn't get up early this morning because I got responsibles now. Grow it up, get kids. Well, people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Robert Ritchie, yeah. That's what they introduced him as. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Ritchie. And I was like, Robert Ritchie? Is that his real name? And as they zoomed in closer and they lit his ass up, I was like, oh, yeah.
Driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force.
Hold on. Fuck, Nugget.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
Welcome back, everyone. Happy Super Bowl Sunday continues with more trailers. They dropped a Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu trailer, this time narrated by Sam Elliott to make it sound kind of like a beer commercial. That's the kind of vibe they're going with here. Like this is a beer commercial that you would normally see during a Super Bowl or a football game, but in the Star Wars universe with the Mandalorian and Grogu and a bunch of Tauntauns. That's probably the big reveal of the trailer, is that Tauntauns are back in live action in the Star Wars universe. We've had Tauntauns before in animation, but like this is the first big time in live action since The Empire Strikes Back. And because of the big Tauntauns reveal, all the footage of them on the snow planet in the previous trailers now seems like it's happening on actual Hoth. There were a lot of questions about this when the initial trailers dropped. Is it going to be on Hoth or just another random ice planet? Zoom and enhance, notice how much they've changed, tuned up their character models in the original live-action versions in Empire Strikes Back, based on the fact that most of the stuff for The Mandalorian is done on the volume with special effects. I'm assuming that this is some puppetry tuned up with a lot of special effects, but there's like still a little bit of puppetry going on here. Because of the way The Mandalorian and Grogu, just at large for the most part, is filmed on the volume with heavy special effects compared to, say, something like Andor, which was done largely live-action models, where they actually build out the sets and they build out a lot of the physical stuff. This is probably why this Super Bowl Mandalorian and Grogu trailer is giving heavy AI vibes. Sam Elliott narrating this also makes me wonder if he has a cameo somewhere in the movie. We will see, because The Mandalorian is all about being a space western, and he shows up in many western TV series and movies over the years. There were a couple scenes in the previous trailers inside a space bar with Mando going full Roadhouse just to make more Sam Elliott puns. It would be totally appropriate to see Sam Elliott show up in a space bar like that.
How are you milking 12 minutes out of that fucking trailer?
What he actually says during the trailer is, sometimes we choose our path, other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. Haha, point at the screen, do the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. We see what you're doing there. They said the name of the thing inside the thing. Then he goes on to say, the journey never gets any easier, the bond just gets harder to break, this is the way. If this trailer is an actual scene taken from the movie, like actual footage from the movie, it's probably them on their way to whatever mission this is that takes them to the ice planet in the first place, which now sounds like we have soft confirmation it is Hoth. But there could be Tauntauns on other ice planets too. We will see about that.
Anywhere.
In the new version of the trailer, they also swapped in footage featuring Grogu destroying the Mouser droid from the D23 trailer in the Japanese trailer. I did a much longer video for that a while ago. It's meant to be part of this longer scene of them attacking this snowy Imperial base here, where Grogu uses the Force to crush the Mouser droid. We learned a little more about what's going on with Rada the Hutt during the movie, too. So Jeremy Allen White, who's actually voicing the character, said that Rada teams up with Mando and Grogu and helps them on their adventure during the film. Connecting the dots, what he's actually probably talking about is when Mando is trying to get into the Hutt vault here with these Old Republic-looking droids guarding it. You probably noticed that it's the Desaligic clan symbol on it. This is Jabba and therefore Rada the Hutt's family symbol on it, so Mando probably needs Rada's help to get into his family vault and get whatever's inside of it.
I forget what I remembered.
On the official versions of the movie poster, they actually have the Hutt twins from the Book of Boba Fett. They're meant to be canonically cousins of Jabba and Rada, so there's probably a much bigger storyline with Jabba's family just in general tied to Rada the Hutt and this vault. Just the fact that it's being guarded by droids that look like they're Old Republic era, older than the prequel era, makes it seem like it's been here for centuries, if not thousands of years. Hutts also live very long lifespans, too. This is probably part of the main mission of the movie that they're on. We've probably seen them taking few smaller bounties, too, because that's what they've been doing since the events of The Mandalorian Season 3 ending, working for the New Republic. Sigourney Weaver's Colonel character here, she's in charge of the base here that we saw Carson Teva at. We've been here a couple times in previous seasons. And this monster that Mando is forced to fight in the ring before he gets Rada's help in the gladiator pit here is meant to be a Mantellin Savrip, a real version of one of the pieces from the Djarik board on the Millennium Falcon. So it's just meant to be another big eye-winking moment from behind the camera, calling back to A New Hope, but also Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni doing bigger versions of their toys, which is pretty much what they did in previous seasons, like, here's live-action versions of the games that we played with our Star Wars toys when we were kids.
Because a droid don't pull people's arms out of their sockets when they lose. Wookiees are known to do that.
Just based on the progression of the fights, it seems like Mando and Grogu go to the gladiator pit to get Rada's help and watch him fight because he has that giant 8-pack on him, like he's super swole now. What a twist. Maybe that's because of the trauma he experienced when he was a baby. Then they wind up having to fight the Savrip, and then they probably get Rada's help after this and get the information on his Hutt family clan's vault. The other really big deep-cut Easter egg here, if you spot it in the background, zoom in and enhance in the cityscape, you actually see an advertisement in-universe for the Halcyon cruiser, which is the real-life Star Wars Starliner hotel that they actually closed down a little while ago, too. Like the really expensive one, people did hours-long video essays on what went wrong with that Star Wars hotel. I never quite found the time to go visit it myself, but if you did actually visit that Star Wars hotel, just post all your reactions to it in the comments below if you liked it or if you hated it. Really, I think the biggest criticism against it was the crazy high price. Like, it was a very expensive trip. Probably one of the other biggest things during the trailer here, one of the biggest surprises, is that he's flying another Razor Crest here to a Delphi base. Just seems like he found another model of this ship. There are a lot of questions about how he got the Razor Crest back. I don't think it's the exact same Razor Crest that got blown up during The Mandalorian Season 2, because it basically got incinerated. Not totally clear what they're investigating here, where you see Grogu looking through the little eyeglass here. Just have a little bit of fun with Dad.
I don't remember
Whatever it
how
seems like
it
they're doing
ended
here,
in
they're
the
busting
TV
into this
series.
Imperial base. It might
I
have
do
something
remember
to do
Luke
with them
came
taking out
back for
all these
Grogu.
people in this room in
But
the
I don't
leaked
remember
trailer.
what happened after that.
When Grogu and the Anzellans are crawling through the little pipes here, not totally clear where they are or why they're doing this. Mando takes out all these dudes in this bar, not totally sure what planet this is on, but Grogu is here with him. There's another water-based creature from lore. He might seem familiar. Not totally sure why they're fighting him here or what's going on in this particular scene. They just want to show you some of the aliens they pulled out of the lore, like a whole bunch of deep cuts. I believe this is an updated, modern special effects version of an Amanaman, who is one of the characters featured inside Jabba's palace, like one of the aliens. So expect a lot of deep cuts like that in the movie. Notice that Grogu is learning, though. He can operate some of the controls properly on the Razor Crest. Like, it looks like he isn't just randomly pressing buttons for fun like he did when he first found him. My assumption is that all the Imperials that he meets are one of the factions of the Shadow Council. Like, they're just featuring more Shadow Council during this, because there's going to be a lot of that involved with the movie-related stuff that they're doing, building up to the big Thrawn movie that Dave Filoni is supposed to still be doing, which might just be one of the subsequent Mandalorian and Grogu movies now. John Favreau teasing that they still might actually do The Mandalorian Season 4 means they might not have completely pivoted away from the live-action series. We know they're doing Ahsoka Season 2, but currently that's the last scheduled thing that we know about that they're doing is a live-action TV series. Like, we don't know if they're going to stop doing Ahsoka after Season 2. Will they just shift her into the movies after this?
Wow. Culminating all of the storylines, the relationships, the characters.
Oh, I see. They had a panel,
that had been established over years and that many people grew up with.
Japan.
And there I was trying to support as much as I could what that fruition was.
No, Ahsoka's not there, John. She's over here. And I put her back in this box.
When they announced they were doing the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, it seemed like it was part of a larger shift where Star Wars was just going to focus more on theatrical movies, and then maybe eventually they would do some TV series in the future. Part of the idea as we know it is that if this new Mandalorian and Grogu movie is successful, they'll continue with sequels to this movie, in addition to the Thrawn crossover movie that Dave Filoni is eventually going to do. He's still supposed to direct that. So assuming that things go well with this first movie, this Mandalorian part of the timeline where they're slowly adapting a version of the Thrawn trilogy.
Why is it not letting us back in? There's no way that motherfucker filled up 60 of 110. What a good ping, though. Oh, we're back in. Something new. Let's see. Boom. We're at the fucking majigger. still curious. I didn't kill anything. I didn't even attack anything on this character. And my hands are bloody. So I'm kind of curious as the fuck, Chuck. They look fine now. They're not bloody anymore. Just because it's going to be that way anyway. Boom. Where's my trader at? Do I not have him marked? Hey, Brian. Call it bed down here because it's dark outside anyway. I got everything I wanted. So we're good there. I don't want to do this. Much of a stream, Zodiac, but when I found out that they had wiped the server, I wanted to jump on and see what that meant to me because I'm new. I'm still learning. So now I know all my shit's gone just like everybody else's. But I'll log in tomorrow. We'll probably play some tomorrow. I want to try to. I don't know that I'll be able to do it tomorrow. As far as buying Madden, because it's dog food day. Tonight's going to be the last of my kids and their dog food, so I'll have to buy a new big bag of dog food tomorrow. I'm broke, so it'll be dog food day, and it's cheap cheeseburger day at my diner, where I go hang out with some friends after work. So I'm going to have to get that. So I'll be door dashing tomorrow after my doctor appointment. So there may or may not be a stream tomorrow night. I don't know. I'll let you know in the Discord. I'd like to though, because I'd like to loot this character back up. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm a noob and learning, and it's all fresh to me, you know. And I can play within the boundaries of protection on a modded server. It's not just loot, get shot, fucking start all over again. We had just gotten to the, like, if there had not been if there had not been a wipe, we were in a good place. We finally got our first base built. We had shit stashed in a backpack that I held in my hands when I logged out, that way that if we did get base raided, I wouldn't lose my shit. I didn't have much to lose anyway, but it was good. I had some good loot. I had good fishing equipment that we were going to have to replace all my fishing gear. We lost a fuck ton of ammo. But it was all ammo for the guns I had. I didn't carry any special ammo. Ammo for other things that I didn't own. But we're learning as we go. I'm enjoying it. So, but I do want to get Madden while it's on sale, even though there's not a lot left until Madden 27, really. The road to Madden 27 starts now because the Super Bowl just ended a little while ago. Any hoos and way. Take care of yourself, brother. Have a great Monday. Hopefully those nephews don't run you ragged. And tell your other half I said hello. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. If not Monday, then Tuesday.